History repeats itself as the Boston Bruins lose Game 2, giving not too much effort in helping out their goalie in a playoff series. So I'm going to be talking about this game, what we noticed, some big decisions ahead that the Boston Bruins management is going to have to make ahead of Game 3, as well as another player that really has not been here in these playoffs. So I'll be talking about all of that here in this video. Before we get into this news, though, we noticed that 81% of you guys watching right now are not subscribed to the channel. If you're looking for a spot to get all of your Boston Bruins news, you're in the right spot. Make sure to hit the sub button because you're not going to want to miss this series. It is getting very, very interesting, and I would bring you all of the news. But like I said, let's get straight into this game. History repeats itself, as I said. Another Game 2 loss in the 2024 NHL playoffs for this Boston Bruins team. And kind of in the same scenario. You know, start off pretty good, but then for the rest of the game, fall off and give your goalie no help. I'm going to pull up this stat card here first because I don't have the box score. I didn't want to put it up. There's really nothing you want to see on that. If you did want to see it, it'll be at the bottom of the screen rotating when my camera's up. But I just want to pull this up. You can see, not a great game from everybody, especially Derek Forbort, just as he came back. However, you know, it don't really matter how far you are on the negative in this game. There was too much of it, and a lot of this was pretty visible for the second period on. Charlie Coyle with the lone goal, Brad Marchand nearly getting one as well, missing a wide open net. However, it was a very tough angle, but apart from that, we just seen a lot of stuff in this game that the Boston Bruins did not want to do not want to proceed to do, and a lot of things that, you know, eventually just got out of hand, where it wasn't even, a planned out system for the hockey game at the end of it. But apart from that, it was a pretty tough one, like I said. I also have this tweet from Michael Russo, which I want to talk about for the fight between David Pastrnak and Matthew Tkachuk. Montgomery said, "I'm proud of Pastrnak. Never seen a coach talk to the media this soon after a playoff game," Michael Russo said. Then he goes on to a tweet, which I don't have up here, but right before I was recording, he said that he walked straight to the press room. To me, kind of pointing signs towards giving a team a piece of his mind here for this game, as we've seen on this game, or during this game on the bench. You know, he was letting this team have it, and rightfully so. They gave Swayman no help, very little effort, and very just bad play, bad, reads, everything here at the later part of this game. But, like I said, it all starts from the goaltending, really, in this scenario, where we don't really know what's going to happen next. Swayman started the game, the most he's ever started in a row, and then Ullmark came in. What I was thinking was going to be the exact same thing. I was watching with my friends. I was saying, this should be the point that Jeremy Swayman comes out, let him rest for Game 3, or get Ullmark back in the game to get him back hot, get him back warm, and that's what exactly happened. So I want to touch on that a bit here. They have a huge decision to make next game, and that is going to be a big part of this series here. You're heading back home for the next 2 games. Swayman comes out of this game. We don't know if he's tired. He seemed very good. He's still there, but this Florida Panthers team is nothing to mess around with, knowing how dangerous they are, and seeing throughout this entire game how dangerous they were. You know, you've seen lots of shots, lots of pressure in front of the net and everything. Just wasn't the game for Swayman. Played very well, but like I said, the team was not there ahead of him. But from what we see here now, this is going to be an interesting part of what they decide to do for Game 3 on the goaltending side of things. And this one comes from Connor Ryan. Basically what I'm saying here, Bruins let Swayman down big time tonight. And then also from another tweet here from Ty Anderson, Jim Montgomery made it his point to talk to Swayman before he made his way down the tunnel. This feels like a wake up, boys, or a rest for Game 3. That has nothing to do with Swayman himself, exactly as many people think. Many people thought that this was the right idea, including me. I was a big fan of this, and I was even thinking it should happen right before he did it, right before they showed him the camera. I was like, he needs to come out of this game. Give him time to rest for Game 3 if you want to start Swayman, or let, like I said, Ullmark get hot again after not playing since Game 2 of last series. So it's going to be a really integral part of their decision here, of the game plan of just about every point of this series, what they're going to decide to do. You give Ullmark this net, once again, just for next game, and then let Swayman have that nice day off until, I believe, Sunday is Game 4. Or you give Swayman the game next time, and let Ullmark get back on the bench again. You know, I really don't have an answer right now without thinking about it too much. Off the top of my head right now, I would say start Ullmark Game 3. Right now, but once again, I'm going to do a deeper breakdown of this game tomorrow when I get off work and everything. I need to make this video before I went to bed, because there's a lot of stuff I want to talk about. But right now, at this very moment, I'm thinking start Ullmark. That could change by tomorrow, but that's what it is right now. And this management is going to have a lot to think about. Like I said, as you can see by the title and the thumbnail, it's going to be a very big decision, and whatever they do is going to be a very puzzled piece to see what happens for the rest of this series. And I'm down for it. You know, we kind of need it at this point. Give him a break, like I said. And this is exactly what we've seen here from Ty Anderson. What we think Montgomery might have said, and what would really make sense is rest for Game 3, if that is the case. So let me know what you think. This is a very big part of what we're going to see for the rest of this series. And I think that there's going to be a lot of different opinions, as it always has in the goaltending situation. But once again, I'll say it again. I'll say it as many times as I can. I believe in both of these goalies. Both of them are elite level goalies, elite talent, and some of the top in the NHL. And no matter who you put in, it's not really not the wrong decision. So either way, we need to see what happens here. And I wouldn't say we'll know until probably the beginning of Game 3, similar to what we did against the Leafs. But let's move on to the final topic here today, and this cannot continue. You know, you're probably wondering what I'm talking about here, and I'm sure many of you know. A lot of you guys have been commenting about it, and I really haven't put it in a video yet, but we're going to talk about Charlie McAvoy. Tonight was a very tough game once again for him, as it has been for this entire playoffs. Now, he definitely has not been the leader, the top guy, the top position on the defense for this team, this series, this playoffs at all. Now, I'm not counting the regular season. He was very good the regular season, as he always has been, but these playoffs, he's just not going great with it. You know, it hasn't been great for him, and tonight was no different. And as you can see here by Michael Sullivan, this was really the tweet that made me put this in the video, that made me, you know, have the idea of just actually getting this into a video, talking about it with you guys as well. And this is what he has to say. McAvoy's supposed to be your cornerstone defenseman, and right now, honestly, I'd give that role to Carlo. McAvoy's been absent all playoffs long, and is extremely evident tonight. If he is hurt, or if he isn't hurt, sorry, there's no excuse for this kind of play from him, which is absolutely correct. You know, McAvoy playing a very, very high level of minutes, a very high intense level of minutes as well. You can see here from his recent, or these are all the postseason, I should say recent, this is all the postseason games. An average of 26.33 time on ice per game, which is very, very high. You know, I'm not sure exactly where that is, but in the playoffs, you need your guys like this to be at some of the top level time on ice per game. And, you know, it's going to be a very big thing that is going to have to continue for this team to actually pull off some successful things. But the only thing with that is that Charlie McAvoy needs to be better. He needs to be better with that time on ice continuing. You can see here, -2 tonight, 10 penalty minutes. That was part of just about everybody in this lineup. But 18 minutes time on ice in that 6-1 loss. So, really, it shows that there is a big hole where McAvoy is whenever he's been on the ice. We've seen that it really hasn't gone his way. People are, I won't want to say targeting his location, but he just hasn't been able to find the right move for every opportunity, and it's very noticeable. So I want to know what you guys think about as well as Charlie McAvoy. I've seen some people say sit him. I don't think we should sit him. You know, he's still playing 30 minutes time on ice. That means you'll have to put someone else in that role, which I don't think anybody right now could do. So, do you think Charlie McAvoy is hurt? Do you think he needs to be better? That second part should be very, very obvious for the yes or no question. But yeah, you know, this is another game. We have to move on from this. I think I liked what the team did at the end of the game, trying to get people fired up, trying to get the team fired up ahead of next game. And I'm very excited to see what we are going to see at TD Garden's next game. Tonight, in this game, they were, the fans were not very nice. You know, I know it's a hockey game. I don't mean it that way, but they were, they thought they were a bit better than they are. So I think TD Garden is going to have to be rocking and rolling here on Friday against this Florida Panthers team. So, like I said, let me know what you think about all this stuff. A lot of things going to be coming tomorrow, and maybe 2 videos tomorrow, guaranteed 1, but we're going to have a lot of stuff to discuss tomorrow as well, so you're not going to want to make sure to miss it. Hit the sub button, join me here. We're going to be covering this whole series, as well as hopefully 2 more. So, like I said, let me know what you think. That's all I got. I'm signing out. Thank you for watching. Hope you have a great day. See you later.